I'm going to talk to you about something calmly, but I want you to know that doesn't mean I'm not really upset about it. Monday, 5:29 p.m., 5:29 p.m., 6:09 p.m., 7:25 p.m., 9:27 p.m. Tuesday, 12:44 p.m., 12:45 p.m., 12:52 p.m., 12:53 p.m., 1 p.m. These are just some of the times I've received a call from numbers in Fresno, California. No voicemail, no sign of it stopping. I don't answer anymore because I know the caller is intentionally harassing me. He also sends texts from these lines with unwanted sexual messages, including dick pics, and demands that I text back, babe. You may be wondering why I don't just block them, which you can do, by the way. Instructions are in the description. There are two reasons. One, blocking doesn't stop the problem, it merely stops me from seeing it. And in cases like this, when someone thinks it's okay to plow through another person's boundaries, they may not stop just because they're blocked. Some of them get new numbers, threaten your family, show up at your house, and in some cases become physically violent. I can't help but think about what happened to Christina Grimmie, a fellow YouTuber who was killed at an event she attended. Her story and being harassed make me feel vulnerable and on edge, like I'm trapped by behaviors I can't control. I do have options in this though, which leads me to my second reason for not blocking the numbers right away: evidence. Once I realized the severity of the situation, I called the police. I explained to the officer how at first I answered my phone not knowing the circumstances and how the caller acted strange, pretending to be a prospective client with no real reason to seek care. I suggested he send an email to my personal assistant as a buffer and quickly said goodbye. He never sent an email, of course. Instead, he continued to call, sometimes in the middle of the night, and started sending sexually harassing texts. I asserted myself in a text back, "Stop contacting me, this is harassment." He didn't stop. Instead, he started using a web-based system to generate more and more new numbers, now from places all over the country. The officer I spoke with wasn't sure what to do, which makes some sense because things like this are extremely underreported and complicated to handle, but there is a process. First, I take screenshots of everything happening and send them to the detective on the case. Instructions on how to screen capture what's on your phone and or computer are also in the description. Once I confirm the detective received them, that's when I block the perpetrator in any way possible. Next, the police or an attorney needs to subpoena my phone company, which means file an order that legally requires them to give the investigative parties any information they have about incoming calls and texts to my phone. Specifically, which company or companies supply lines to the perpetrator so they can be subpoenaed for the perpetrator's name and address. And then he can be charged with harassment or stalking, which are both federal crimes. I'm waiting on this to happen. In the meantime, there are other ways to take care of myself. At the top of the list, number one is to tell the people around me what's going on so they can provide support and watch out for suspicious behaviors too. I messaged friends on Facebook and told them that because of the harassment, I won't be using my phone much, and that if I'm cranky when we do talk, it's not because they've done something wrong. It's because my phone reminds me about this really crappy thing going on. Within minutes, I had so many messages of compassion and wisdom. One friend told me I could lie in her hammock and she'd sing to me. Another friend reminded me how lucky we are to not be like the perpetrator. And a third friend told me you can go into settings on your phone and stop any pictures or multimedia from coming in so that no matter how many numbers this guy gets, I don't have to see his genitals on my phone again. My second self-care tactic is a reality check, which tells me that reporting crimes is work. It's not one burst of energy, everything is taken care of all better. In my experience, justice is an ongoing, somewhat exhausting endeavor, so whenever I need to, I can change my mind. If I decide to get a new phone number, or drop charges, or move to a remote techless island, I can. It's up to me. A third self-care strategy is positive self-talk. Today, I will fight this battle. I'll decide about fighting tomorrow. This is not your fault. You did nothing wrong. Call a friend. It's gonna be okay. Lastly, I assigned myself a job title. Like I said, reporting crimes is work. It's like a part-time job or a volunteer position. Giving myself a playful job title and job description lets me compartmentalize the anti-harassment tasks I have to do. Every time my phone lights up with a new call from the perpetrator, I imagine myself dressed up in uniform accepting the challenge. Sexual harassment makes those of us on the receiving end feel helpless and gross. It makes us feel unsafe and confused. I feel uncomfortable in public and at home because of this person harassing me. I want to know why he can't just get help or leave me alone. What I'm working toward is converting anger into motivation and drawing from a reservoir of hope that things will be different for me and you if you're undergoing similar experiences. Here's to staying curious about what the future holds. May it be awesome and harassment-free. For more information on dealing with harassment and other forms of sexual abuse, please check out the YouTube channel Engage by Uplift.